Welcome back from the weekend. It's a short week, but like Issa Rae, we got y'all. You've seen the big news out there. The president is fighting with the chief of the Navy and had him removed this weekend. Lots of observers are wondering what that will do to military discipline. Hong Kong had a huge election where pro-democracy forces overtook Beijing-aligned candidates in local elections, and investigations into Trump and his associates are still turning up new information. But you can get that news anywhere. Here's some things you might have missed. You know Michael Bloomberg. He's officially running for president, but now his news empire is duffing when it comes to covering him. Joe Biden hints at some potential VP picks, and let's just say he's looking to make some history. And this being America, guns are never far from the front. Black Friday firearms sales got the FBI working overtime. Happy Thanksgiving week, everybody. Here's why you should care. It's still early in the Democratic nomination process, but former Vice President Joe Biden revealed he's already thinking about a running mate. And there are 4 formidable women who could make the cut. While speaking at a town hall in Iowa on Friday, the presidential hopeful refrained from dropping names. But when asked who his VP pick would be, it wasn't hard to guess the women he was referring to. Let's see if you can figure out who he was talking about. The first person he dropped was the former Assistant Attorney General who got fired. Sally Yates, anybody? President Trump fired Yates in 2017 after she refused to stand by the administration's travel ban. Then he mentioned the woman who should have been governor of Georgia. That one's easy. Former Georgia State House leader Stacey Abrams. Some people argue Abrams was denied the governor's mansion by some shenanigans that shaved off enough votes to deprive her of victory. And when the vice president said, quote, the 2 senators from the state of New Hampshire, Biden most certainly was pointing to Senators Jeanne Shaheen and Maggie Hassan. Now, why should you care? Biden's had some missteps on the campaign trail, but the gaffe-prone former vice president is still polling pretty high. He's still 10 points ahead nationally, according to the Real Clear Politics poll averages. That said, his opponents haven't let up, and they've enjoyed some gains in battleground states. Could Biden hinting at potentially bringing on a prominent woman as a running mate be a strategy to help boost his standing with female voters? You tell us. What does a global news organization do when its billionaire owner, the guy whose name is literally on the door, decides to run for president? That's the question editors at Bloomberg News are trying to answer with a memo they sent to staff. The memo says that Mike Bloomberg, who owns the organization, typically engages through the editorial section, and so they won't publish unsigned editorials while he's running, and the leaders of that section are joining the campaign. The memo also states that Bloomberg News will not investigate Mike Bloomberg or any other candidates, but will publish or summarize coverage that appears other places. And with that, when it comes to the 2020 election, Bloomberg News has given the deuces. They've left the building, and its subscribers will be paying a lot of money to not get news about the biggest political story of all time. That could impact all of our lives. Donald Trump stays in or Donald Trump leaves. Who will be the Democrat that opposes him? However, Bloomberg News will continue to investigate President Trump and his government. Why you should care? The news division is a part of the $10 billion Bloomberg LP empire that provides financial services and software to business clients. Now that Michael Bloomberg is putting up perhaps $100 million of his own money into a run for president, the company faced a choice. Is it an independent news organization or just another arm of Mike Bloomberg's empire? The president of the United States has received a lot of criticism about holding on to his stake in a real estate, hotel, and marketing company called the Trump Organization. Right here on this show, we highlight any appearance that the president is using his hotels as, wait, what did I call it? Oh, here it is, a presidential tip jar. The president also gets a lot of criticism for the cozy relationship he has with Fox News and personalities like Sean Hannity. That's just 2 entities similarly aligned. What do we do with a presidential candidate who owns the news entity? Do you think it might just be a little too cozy? The FBI is dealing with a flood of background checks after a series of mass shootings revived calls for stricter gun laws. The Bureau started the checks in 1998. The number of monthly checks this year has remained above 2 million. According to the FBI, the number could spike to a 1-year record of 27.5 million this holiday season. Black Friday is one of the busiest days for gun dealers, and this also means a busy day for FBI employees who must decide who can and can't purchase a gun. With this huge surge in background checks, the FBI is having a hard time keeping up. The Bureau even requested more money and more employees. Earlier this year, FBI Director Christopher Wray went before a House committee and asked for $4.2 million and 40 new positions to be created. While the FBI says they're working on improving the current system, make it more efficient, the workload is eating up the agency's resources. So why should you care? Gun control is a key issue for many of the 2020 Democratic candidates, and it was a big issue in 2018. When former 2020 candidate Beto O'Rourke came on the debate stage saying, quote, "Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15s and AK-47s," gun shops actually saw a spike in sales and background checks. One Arizona gun shop even started slashing prices for a week-long promo they called the Beto Special. O'Rourke may not be in the race anymore, but former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg is, and he has thrown millions of dollars into campaigns advocating for stricter gun laws. With these record-breaking background check numbers rising and gun violence still an issue, odds are gun control is going to be just as big an issue in 2020 as it was in 2018. Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos. And head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.